right, so we're going to be designing. I'll just go. It's going to be basic, like extremely basic. I'm not going to be doing any extra fit. The idea is to just come up with screens that we can, work with. So who should I work with now? Okay, Ahmed, I will be working with your name, and just like that. So usually in websites, right, we usually have the hero page. So the hero page is like when you open a website on your platform, on your device, like your desktop, that space that covers your screen is your hero page, while the entire page, when you scroll down, is your landing page. So in your hero page now, you're going to be having like basic stuff like navigation and all of those. Now when you want to design anything, always take your time to have your sketches, like do your thinking, you understand? Now there's a possibility that, of course, before this class I've probably done my thinking to figure out, okay, which design pattern I'm going to use, right? So don't just think I just jumped into the class and then I started designing. So always take your time, do your thinking, like think what you want to do, your structure, your layout. Now the simple truth is that a lot of designs out there have like there's if you study designs, you always figure out, okay, this is the layout that the designers have used, you understand? So as you study designs, also try to create your own design styles, like design layouts, or probably try to master a particular kind of design layout, because that is what is actually going to help to build your work on the long run. So in the portfolio site, I'm going to be having like basic stuff which I've outlined. I'm going to be having something like about me, right? About me. So since the site is basically like my portfolio, I'm free to use about me instead of about us, since it's my personal thing, right? And then I'm going to have my case studies, right? Case studies is like my projects, where I upload my projects from the research to the design phase and all of those. I'm probably going to now have contact info, right? Now there are different design trends, but the one that entered my head now is brutalism. Now brutalism is a design trend where you as a designer, you try to make every single information on your design screen very bold, like very big, so you can do your research. Brutalism. We equally have neomorphism. Neomorphism is a design trend where you try to make every single.
Excuse.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
I didn't get what you said, though.
I said there's something popped into my head, which is brutalism. Now, brutalism is a design trend. It's a design trend, where you try, as a designer, you try to make every single thing on your page very big. So, for instance, this about me now. I'm just going to use my scale 2K. I can just decide that this about me now is going to be somehow like this, just probably this big on my page, right? Then I could have other stuffs here. Now designing like this now is a design trend. It's called brutalism. Then we equally have another one called neomorphism. Neomorphism is where you as a designer, you try to make every single design element, or you try to make your design feel like a glassy, kind of concept. So every single thing you have on your design workspace looks glassy, so you can check those up, to get a better understanding of it and understand what it's all about. But I won't be using that technique here. I'm just going to go like super simple, like I told you guys. But I just felt like, okay, I needed to just point that out. Like I needed to point out that we have like different design techniques out there. So I'm going to choose a font size of probably 16 for now, and then I'll come here to my alignment and I'll align everything, because I want the spacings between the case study and the about me and the case study and the contact to be equal. I'm going to click on this option right here just beside the alignment tool, and I'll choose tidy up. So tidy up will just make sure things are equal, so you can equally know that case. So I could just keep this somewhere around here. So I said I'll be using Adams. So Adams here is Creative Adams. So if you have a name, probably CA from your name, you can put it somewhere around there, or like a logo. But we are not really doing logo. We're just keeping it super simple because we're equally selling the name, right? So now I'm now going to try to choose my colors. So I have a basic color that I like working with. Now when I usually try what I've seen so far, so I always try to work with dark tone colors, but I'll be using something towards the family of blue or dark blue, right? So yeah. So what I'm going to do is on this particular page, fill this color with this blue that I just picked here, just like this. Is it nice? I think I can make it darker, right? I just feel like I should make it darker. Now I like working with these dark tones like this. Whenever I'm doing this kind of thing, like it gives me personally, I feel like it gives me room to create more things and then keep my colors simple, because basically any kind of text can actually show on this. So I'm going to change this my text now to white. Yeah. So you can see it's coming out. Now I know that yellow works very well with this, so probably I'll decide to make Adams yellow, just to make that, just to call attention to that area. Probably this color. And I can do all and all. I can decide to make Adams creative. I can decide to make Adams bold. I'm just trying to work on the aesthetics, right? Now follow me. I've actually tried to simplify this. So I'm just showing you guys how to just do something simple and nice. It doesn't have to be too complicated. You understand? There are more complicated stuff out there, but I won't be making this complicated at all for us. So I have this. So what I want to do here is I probably want to space this out. Now my mind is just saying, okay, I should start building this thing in auto layout. Which is, if I was doing this as my personal stuff, that's what I was going to do. But I'm just going to maintain a simple pull on it so that it doesn't become complex, since we don't have a lot of time to do this. But while trying to make this responsive, I'm going to review all these things, and I'm going to make it apply auto layouts in all of them. But for now, let me just keep it like this. So now I have like something already going on the navigation bar. Then I could just come and bring it right up here, and then what's on my mind is, you think you have seen creative, right? I'll write on another line, I am super creative. Like, in your portfolio, there's always this thing you brag about. I mean, this is a creative word, so we're always confident in what we can do, and we always use it to brag, right? So you can just have your own words like that, but this is just what entered my head, and I'm moving with it. I think you've seen creative. Let's put exclamation mark. I think you've seen, creative. I am super creative. So this could be about me, right? I'm trying to give you this vibe, the vibe I have, the vibe I bring to the work, right? So usually I'm going to make this super like an italic kind of font, but which fonts do I have? Okay, let me just take you guys to Google Fonts, googlefonts.com, fonts.google, right? So let's go to font.google.com. What's that? Okay, let me just search it on the web, Google Fonts. So Google Fonts is actually where you can get some fonts. I think I've said this in class before, or I'll bring it back again. So most times, instead of me trying to go through a long list of fonts, I just come here, I just search. Now I like it because it gives you like
Sorry, are you sharing? I'm not sure you're sharing your screen.
oh sorry, I had to switch to tab. So the website is fonts.google.com. So I like it because it shows me I can actually decide which category. So now I'm looking for, although the kind of font I'm looking for is probably a brush kind of font, but let me remove. I'm not looking for serif, like this kind of font, right? I think that's what I'm looking for. So I'll just try this splash. Then how Google fonts work is that I can actually put in the text I want. So I just want super. Let me see how it looks like. So this is how it's going to look like. So I have an idea. Hope you guys remember how to do that. We did it in class.
Is it a plugin?
Yeah, it's not a plugin. You download it from Figma website. Just where we downloaded our Figma software from Figma application. I told you there are three options. Then we have the Figma for Windows and Mac. We have the Figma for mobile app, which is the Figma Miro. Then we have Font Installer. So Font Installer is, if you've not installed the Font Installer, it means that downloaded fonts like this will not be showing in your Figma web version. It will be showing in your Figma application, right? But it will not be showing in your Figma web version. So if you actually want it to show in your Figma web version, you have to download that font installer and install it on your system. Then you go to your settings and then you click on allow font installer to operate. Then it will upload all your fonts. It's just as simple as that.
Okay.
So I think I should have my font here. So I'll come here. The name of the font is Splash. Splash. Still can't find the fonts, but I installed it. It seems like ouch. Okay, I'm trying to install the fonts, but let me make sure that so you have to, when you install the fonts installer, if you want to check, you can come to help an account and account settings, right? Then just scroll down. Okay, mine is not active, so I always need to do this all the time. Why? Figma. Why? And
Sorry, where did you click on that this came up?
set your file settings. Sorry, let me just show you. Close this. Comes this Figma icon, right? Comes to help
Okay.
an account, then account settings.
Okay.
Yeah, account
Okay.
settings. Okay, I remember I recently updated my Chrome version. Yeah. So I'll just close this, then come back here. I've installed the font I installed the font installer now again. So I'll just come to account settings and look for it again. So ouch. Okay, so it's now active. So local fonts, as you can see on my screen, it's now saying local fonts are now enabled. So you have 976 fonts available. So let me check for the fonts. Splash. Let me try again. I can't find it on my Figma. So I don't know, I can't find the fonts. I don't know why. I think maybe probably I need to restart my Figma, but I would have liked that brush font I found. But I don't like this. I prefer this. I don't like this either. And I'll just bring this out, and then I'll just write this text on this code, and then I'll paste this, and then switch to my scale tool by hitting K on my keyboard, making this bigger, just listening here, just like that. So I didn't spell creative well, so I'll just type this, change this. So I'm going to leave the font thing because of time, but I guess it should work on every other person's code. So I'll hold this, and then I'll align it to make sure it's from the same line. So I'm looking for something I could just make yellow here, or I think I can make not yellow, like orange. I think I can make this, right, super creative orange, right? So I'll just hold this, and then this other guy, just change it to this color, and I think that's just fine. That's just fine. Which font is this? Inter. Maybe I should try Monstera. I should just try this. Yeah. So I'm using Monstera instead of Inter. Inter is still a good font, but so I have this and this and this. So what I can do is because of the way I created these fonts, like I created them single, and I want it to always be together, right? I could just group them, right? By pressing Ctrl G, or you can right click and then you see group items, group selections, Ctrl G. So I'll hold down my K key, and then I can make this like bigger. I can drop it somewhere around there. Super cool, right? Now what I want to do is I want to bring in my picture, or Adam's picture, if Adam's picture was in my laptop. So Adams, you don't have your picture, right? So let me just get a picture. I think I have a nice good picture of myself. Okay, I actually don't have pictures. Or maybe I do, but I don't know where it's saved. So let me know if I can actually find a picture. Now, I can actually hear who is doing that. What are you doing? Yes. So, guys, I didn't see any picture. Let me just try one more time because I need a picture to be there. So, let me just get it from where it is. I have this picture here that I think we can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mask this picture right inside this stuff. Yeah, should I mask it or should I leave it? Let's just mask. It's the same thing. Let me just go ahead and mask. Now I want the rectangle to be a little bit tall. Then of course I can decide to go creative with whatever thing I'm doing here, which of course I advise. So I'll just duplicate the picture and then I'll bring it under the mask, right? Just trying to go creative here. It doesn't really matter. Just make this bigger. Then I could just try to use my blend modes. Blend modes is a feature in Figma that allows you to blend images into backgrounds. So I'll just try to blend this using overlay. Let me just see what happens. So you can see some things. Let me just create a rectangle, then probably just around there, and then up to this point, up to this point. Then I can just give it this my color, then I'll bring it under the mask. Right, so I have something like this going on there, just nice. Now I have this written here, then what I could have again is I could just have probably a little more detail about me and what I do, like probably here, like a paragraph, right? But since we are not here to start creating those paragraphs, I'm just going to use my plugin and generate a random text for it. So I'll use my plugin and I'll look for Lorem Ipsum. Lorem Ipsum allows me to generate random paragraphs. So I'm just running the plugin.
So what's the name again?
Lorem Ipsum. LOREM.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could just add a paragraph, it's okay. Then or I can use auto-generate. So this is a text box that I drew here, so it will just auto-generate. But let me just make use of 5. 5. Then I'll select every 14. This is actually very big. So I don't need all this. So I'm just going to delete. So I'll just switch to my text tool, and then I'll delete this. So it's usually like 4 to 5 lines about. Probably you could do something like, I inspire people. I tell people stories, with my skill, that kind of intro, just vibe. You could say that you're an image bender, you're a design bender. This is what you do. Just giving feel your flow in what you do. So I could change this to 16, and then I want it to be easily readable. So I'm going to adjust the line height. Yeah, adjust the line height, not just like that, like that. And I'm okay. Then I could bring this up. Here. Ladies and gentlemen, like, is this not turning out? Is it not turning out well? Are you guys getting the flow now?
Yes.
She is turning out well.
Yeah.
Taiwo, are you with me? This Taiwo was still on the call. So now, probably I could just decide to go ahead and just keep doing some stuff, man. So I could just come here, create a circle. Now I'm just trying to, anything that enters my head is what I'm doing. But I just want you guys to feel the vibe. Now, most times it's not anything that enters your head you will do, right? But especially now that you're just trying to get your hands on this, But I always advise keep whatever thing you're doing super simple. No matter what I try to do in this particular job, it will always remain simple when you look at it. And that's the big secret. Like that's the big secret to coming up with nice UIs. So I'm just going to remove this field and then I'll just add an outline to that. And then the outline I can just make it to just see how it all comes out. Then that's duplicate, as you can see, duplicate selection, and I'll make it a little bit bigger by holding down my Shift and Alt. Then I'll duplicate this bigger one, Control D. Just make it bigger. I'll hold down Shift and Alt, make it bigger, then position it to the center here, just a little bit smaller. Control D again, make it bigger. Shift, I'm holding down my Shift and the alternate key, then position it just like this. Now I can just continue doing this. If you don't want it to do like this, you can just press Ctrl D again. It will duplicate it in that position. Click on it, press Ctrl D again to duplicate it in that position. Then you hold your Shift and make it bigger. So Ctrl D, it moves it.
Sorry, I didn't get what you said. You said
like now, if I press Ctrl D,
you say if you don't want it to,
I'll press delete, just delete it. Then click on this back, press Ctrl D again. It should duplicate it on that position. Then I can hold my Shift and Alt and make it like bigger. So I'll just do that like continuously till I'm okay. D. So I just want to create an effect from here. I think I'm okay with this. So I'll just select everything in a group. So it has grouped here. I could just call it spiral effects in my group. Spiral effect. Always form the habit of trying to name your layers, right? Makes it super easy. So what I could do, I could just make this spiral effect just big. I'm holding down my Shift key, just make it big. Bring it some effect, not too shouty, not too, just a very slim effect. So if you could see how everything is blending down. So the reason why I'm thinking about that kind of effect is because I'm into a tech related skill, right? So what we're doing is tech related. So I want to be giving whatever I'm doing this tech vibe and all of those. So I'll bring this because I don't want it to be like on top of the image and the text and all those. So I'm going to bring it just beneath every single thing, right? So it's just in the background. It's just flowing in the background like that. I think I took it way too far. Yeah, I think that's better. So I have this line effects all around. So basically we have like the page turning out. We have the page turning out, like the hero page actually is done. The hero page is done. Now, okay, if I want to be, extreme creative, I can say, okay, let me have my social media handles here. I mean, it's important, right? So I want you to reach out to me probably on social media and all of those. So what I could do is probably I could just come up with something like this around here. Like we're designing, so anything is possible. We're designing, so I'll just have something around there. Now, because I don't want like a lot of colors like popping out, right? I could just bring this to this particular tone. Yeah. Let me move this color out, but this since it's on the same line, I'm just moving to a brighter field. I'll probably bring it up in the two. Okay, my icons from I have a plugin, then I have an icon set, social media icon set. So which one should I use? Okay, let me look for my social media icon file. So guys, basically this is just how I work. Like as I'm explaining it to you now, like basically that's how my mind works. Like when I'm doing my stuff. So let me look for social media. I'm on my Figma file, social icons, community. So it's opening. Let me just see if it's what I want. I just need icons that are super simple. Like you shouldn't be crowded. And it's still loading. It's still loading. Uh, okay, it's still loading. But what I could do is I could add something here, like a smaller stuff here. It just entered my head. So add something here. Let's put it there. Then I could have something like follow me, because we're putting social media icons there. And the name of the font I'm using here is Monsterrat, so I'll just change the font to Monsterrat. Then probably make everything capital letter. So I'll click on these three dotted icons, switch it to capital letter. Yeah, so it has fit well. So I think this is okay with me. So I'll just put this here and probably change this from regular to bold, so you can easily see it without having to stress your neck, or stress your eye. Then I can just centralize this and then position this well to the center. Let me check if my icon pack has opened. Ouch, why is it taking time? Okay, it gives you almost virtually the popular social